Welcome to my channel, Harit Velasco here. And before we proceed to the review of Hawkeye episode 1, please leave a like here. The impact of a like is very much appreciated. It helps the channel grow and go into the algorithm. Also, if you want to see more of these reviews, please subscribe. Click the bell icon for daily notifications. I upload daily. I upload gameplay videos, my stream highlights on Twitch, and the likes. And it only takes 1 second of your life. So if you want to spare the charity, just do it, please. And above all that, let's get into it. Hawkeye review. So let's start with episode 1. Never meet your heroes. Isn't that the game? Well, anyway, episode 1, Never Meet Your Heroes, follows two interesting dynamics. It follows the concept of family. That is like the main theme of this episode, family. So the first one is the flashback towards the Battle of New York, how Hawkeye managed to impact Kate Bishop and what makes Hawkeye her idol and wants to be like him. Even though I see it strange that the first thing a grieving daughter would say after her dad dies is she needs a bow and arrow. Her dad did not explicitly die during the Battle of New York. He just disappeared out of thin air, but so maybe he'll show up. You know, I have a theory about that. But let's get into the present day. We got Kate Bishop trying to ring the bell on a bell tower or a clock tower. I prefer to call it a clock tower. It's more familiar with that. I think it has even clocks anyway. Regardless of if it's a bell tower or clock tower, Kate Bishop tried to ring the bell via a bow and arrow, and yeah, she did a dud shot. Her first shot was a dud. Her second shot was on point, but it led to the momentum of the arrow hitting the bell, forcing the bell to collapse inside the tower. And that is a big boo boo. The thing here is that, yes, Kate Bishop has skills, but I mean, come on, Katie from Shang-Chi managed to hit a dragon on its throat. They won. Yes, I am not gonna let that slide. Okay? Katie is an amateur in the comics. Kate Bishop is a better archer than Katie. I don't even know if Katie is in the comics, so fuck her. Now we shift into the Barton family. The Barton family, aside from their mom, for some reason, is out watching the Rogers the musical. And let me just look it up. Yeah, it was Rogers the musical, and they were singing "I Can Do This All Day." So, one thing to note here, Clint has a hearing aid now, so he's having a hard time to hear. So, some of the instances his kids are talking to Clint are in sign language with voice because that's like the way it is. Well, anyway, let's talk about the musical. It's campy, it's cheesy, like a bunch of musical. It can be edited, to the part that Tobey Maguire is watching a musical and Multiverse confirmed. It tries to parody Hamilton and what what are the lyrics? Save the city, help us win, save us all from the state we're in. Yeah, like that. There's some couple of campiness here, I mean, it's Rogers the Musical, but it features the Avengers, so why it's not just called Avengers the Musical is beyond me. Also, there's a joke here that Ant-Man is in the musical, but I got a hunch. Maybe because Ant-Man was in the time traveled heist that it picked up to the current day. But then again, that time traveled timeline got eviscerated by the TVA, so it didn't happen. But then again, the TVA is destroyed, so they won't eviscerate timelines anymore. So if in the case of the sacred timeline, back forth in time, the Avengers do their heist. Since the TVA are no more, the timeline branch. Uh, it's confusing. Okay, I don't know. I don't know who told the producers of the musical why Ant Man is there, but I think it has to do with the part that Ant Man was in the time travel timeline, Battle of New York in Endgame. Next is go to the next scene. Kate having a conversation with her mom, and then they were in this gala charity, and her mom's the most suspicious girl I have ever seen. She looks, and if the theories are right, she looks like Madame Mask. Look it up, Madame Mask, as in the comics. She's wearing a brightly red dress similar to what her mom is wearing in Hawkeye. I don't know. She just had that evil aura to me. Kate ends up sneaking into a black market auction house for some reason. Why is it? Why is there a black market auction house? But remember, I think her mom knows about this because in the beginning of Hawkeye, they said they were in an auction, but it it's more looking like a gala. Through the course of this scene, she met Armand Duquesne and her mom's fiance. Forgot the name. Jax Duquesne, who is the swordsman in the comics. And one thing to note here in the auction scene, that's where the Ronin gear is introduced. So these scalpers, for some goddamn reason, I mean, the only way scalpers can get a hand on the Ronin outfit and the sword in the Avengers compound is what? One of them is from damage control. And also, how did they got the Ronin outfit and the sword in the Avengers compound? Did Hawkeye brought them? Was Hawkeye wearing the Ronin set? Okay. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, okay. I think Hawkeye dropped the sword, maybe. So I don't know. How did the sword survive rainfire from Thanos? Okay. Amon Dukan or Jax Dukan. No, it was Armand Dukan who won the Ronin sword. Then the tracksuit mafia ambush the auction once the Ronin gear, the Ronin costume is being auctioned, set for auction. Jacques Dugan took the Ronin sword, and then Kate wore the Ronin outfit to fight up the tracksuit mafia. I don't have any idea what the tracksuit mafia is. I think it was part of the Matt Fraction Hawkeye series, which I have not yet read. And this series is loosely based on, so I'm going in blind here. But I think it would be better if it's not the tracksuit mafia, but if it's the Magia. And I think it would be a better swerve if we're not going to see Kingpin. Because every people is talking about Kingpin appearing here. Let's talk about that later. But I got a better option than Kingpin. Even though Kingpin is the mob boss, I don't see Kingpin as that of a klutz to begin with. I mean, he decapitated a guy with using a door, for fuck's sakes. Okay. So Kate fought off the Traxxas Mafia inside the Ronin costume. Ronin is seen in the world after many years. So Hawkeye Ronin was literally famous for taking down crime mobs, and to the point that the news recognized it as Ronin. Its first appearance since like what 2023, because that's the setup for Avengers Endgame, right? The news of the Traxxas Mafia robbing the auction house and the appearance of Ronin caught the eyes of Clint. So Clint moonlighted his kids and tried to find the Ronin, the person who wears the Ronin attire. And Kate got ambushed with Traxxas Mafia. Clint saved Kate, and then they meet. And yeah, instead of being happy, Clint is kind of the boomer and he's mad. They got in. They tried to escape. They went into Kate's apartment, but the Traxxas Mafia managed to detect it. And then they get into the subway. They got some supplies. They went into Kate's aunt's apartment room. And yeah, Clint tries to get the costume back. I think this is where episode 1 ends. No, wait. Episode. There. Oh, yeah. Armand Ducan died. It's obvious that it's Jack because it was a stab. He has the Ronin sword. Hello. Hello. But maybe the mother is into it. I'm into her. Okay. Episode 2. Episode 2 consists of a LARPing scene with Hawkeye and a bunch of role players because the Ronin costume wasn't available at the scene of the crime where the Traxxas Mafia is. Other note here is, why can't they just cross the fire towards the Ronin costume, huh? The Ronin costume is on a chair, and the fire isn't at even big. So what gives? Hawkeye, you're an Avenger. You know stuff. Actually, the number 54 on Hawkeye's fire truck, this guys, is a tribute to the 9/11 Engine 54 workers. So that's a nice touch. But I don't see the reason why Hawkeye needs to sneak up on the crime scene. He could just say Avenger, and he gets a free pass. So he saw the Ronin, and he has a one random lead. He never saw the Ronin costume, but he saw one random lead, New York LARPers. And let me just Google the meaning of LARP. But what if there's no sticker of New York LARPers on the fire truck? What happens? Okay, next day we got to see Kate Bishop in a hot bathrobe. And yeah, Clint is up to set put in LARPing. So he went to the LARPing. He was offered a costume to participate just to get the Ronin costume back. There's an Easter egg there of a hammer that looks like Thor's 60s get up. Okay, LARP is live action role playing. So that's what it does. Okay, nice. We don't have that here in this country. That was a fun scene. I mean, it is cringe, but I think it is cringe for the benefit of being cringe. You know, just like Tidus' lap. It's cringe. People would look at it as cringe, but it's cringe on purpose. Well, anyway, what else are we going to talk about this? Oh yeah, he met Grills. Ah, the Easter egg why the LARPers are Clint's lead because someone posted himself inside the Ronin costume in the LARPers Instagram page, and I think he's gonna die. God bless his soul. And yeah, so what else are we going to talk about? Uh, Grills beat Hawkeye in exchange for Hawkeye getting the attire, and then he decided to track down the tracksuit mafia once and for all because they're tracking down Katie, son of a bitch, Katie. I hate her. Katie, on the other hand, is doing a her own investigations. She is suspicious of Jacques Ducan on the death of Armand Ducan, and she is in her frustration. She knew Jacques is holding back his strength when they were fencing, so Kate purposely tried to stab him in the face because she know Jack could guard. Okay. And then what else? What else do I remember from this scene? Let's skip it to the ending. Okay. Ending, Clint got caught by the tracksuit mafia on purpose. This is a callback to the Black Widow. To the Avengers scene where Black Widow was caught on purpose just to interrogate this general. So Clint is very chill, but Kate Bishop is so worried, so clingy to her idol. She ended up costing Clint this interrogation because she tried to save him using a tracking device that she installed on Clint's phone. Bishop security. Security, my ass. That is breach of privacy. Now, now, with that out of the way, we see the debut of Maya Lopez Echo, who is the daughter or the adopted daughter of the Kingpin. Now, I've said it here. Maybe the Magia is a better crime mob than the tracksuit mafia. They're just trying to correlate it into the Met Fraction Hawkeye graphic novel. But the Magia, I think it makes more sense. There are rumors that Hawkeye's mom is, I mean, Kate Bishop's mom is Madame Mask. So we have a Madame Mask, we have Swordsman, and we got Echo, and we got a potential Kingpin. But I'd say I think it would be better if it's not Kingpin. It would be Hammerhead. I mean, that's a hero Marvel hasn't introduced in the MCU yet. Hammerhead hasn't been in. I don't know. I don't know if Sony has the rights to Hammerhead, but Hammerhead works closely with Madame Mask than Kingpin because Madame Mask is technically one of the Magia that Hammerhead also heads. So the direction that the MCU is going is they got Kingpin heading the track, being a mob boss. Also, I don't know a fuck about Echo. I just know her here. She's getting her own series, so that's a thing. And yeah, Hawkeye. I think it's a refreshing take. It's like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. People, half of the people may don't like it, half of the people may like it, and half of the people that will like it in the medium, in the median. Why? This is a simmering down on the big multiverse storyline that is currently happening into the MCU. Remember, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they didn't talk about the multiverse. And now Hawkeye, which is like further beyond the time of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, is beyond. It's not talking about the multiversal storyline, the upcoming multiversal war. I think it's a change of pace. You don't have to talk about the multiverse that often. You need some palate cleanser. That's the term. And that is what Hawkeye is. Hawkeye isn't everyone's favorite Avenger, bar none. But if you're a fan of the graphic novel, Matt Fraction's graphic novel, this is a toned down version because Disney. And I think you'll like it. If you're a Hawkeye fan, if you are a Kate Bishop fan, Haley Steinfeld is hot. I mean, that girl could sit on me all day, so plus points to that. And yeah, Hawkeye has a hearing aid because of all his fast battles. Okay, and he's not moved on yet. I think to the death of Natasha. And speaking of Natasha, I'm waiting for Yelena to show up. When is she showing up? I don't know. I mean, the red carpet interview, even Haley is surprised that she said, "Really? Florence is showing up?" I'm telling you guys, maybe Yelena is not gonna show up, and they keep our hopes up only to get disappointed. So, I'm gonna give Hawkeye episodes 1 and 2 a 6 out of 10. That's my take. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and good night. Bang.